Hey everybody, welcome to Cerwin Vegas, and today I'm going to be doing a little Vega versus Vega. Behind me, I got a set of VS-120s and RE30s, and I'm going to hook them both up to my Yamaha CA1010 integrated amplifier. It is a 100 watt per channel at 8 ohm amplifier. It's a great, sturdy, solid unit. It's a great amp to use on these speakers. So far I like the sound. I haven't done a lot of comparison really with it yet, but I have kind of played with it here and there. I've got it warmed up. It's been on probably for about 6 hours today. I've been running these, listening to some music in the shop here in full Class A mode at about that 5 to 10 watt range. That's what I was listening to, got it warmed up. It's sitting around that 48 degrees Celsius range, but I kind of hit the heat sinks with my temperature gun. So it's nice and warmed up. I am going to run it in normal mode. I'm not going to run it in Class A for this video. It is switched back to normal. But I'm going to get it up there. I'm going to get the meters up close to that 100 watt range. I got a song picked out. I'm going to play on both these. It's about 2 minutes, 20 second song, I think. And during that song, I'm just going to switch back and forth a little bit here and there. And from just kind of playing around a little bit earlier, I do know, like, honestly, these are so similar. At that crossover point between the woofer and the mid-range, it's about 500 hertz. At that point and below, these things are the same. The bass response from those woofers, I don't notice any difference whatsoever. I do notice a little difference from the mid-range and the tweeter. They're a little different. So like I said, I'm going to be using my Yamaha CA1010 amplifier for this. I just got it all cleaned up and working 100%. I actually had to re-solder one of the connections for the RCA inputs in the back. That was, if you watch my video when I powered this thing up for the first time, I was having an issue with the one channel kind of cutting in and out, and it was just a loose solder joint for the right channel on the auxiliary input. But that's all fixed up, ready to go, cleaned up, shined up, ready to put some power to these. So from here you can see the slight difference in the vinyl veneer on the cabinets of these speakers. Pretty much same wood grain pattern, it's just a little more detail in the REs, a little bit of a lighter finish. I myself actually like the look of the REs better than the VS. Other than that, well, it's got nothing to do with the differences in these speakers, but it does appear that my VSs do have a little nicer foam on it. The REs seem to have a little more of the orange look, but they're not even cracking or anything. They're actually in pretty good shape. So, but I'm sure that'll have to get done down the road, just like most of the Vegas. But yeah, like I said, the woofers, you look like they're the same. The one thing I did notice that's different about the woofers, and it's nothing about the woofers themselves, but it is how they're mounted. The VSs do have the baskets countersunk into the cabinet just a little bit. And the RE30s are more like the T12s, or they're very the same. They're mounted, flush mounted to the face. I'm not sure why they would have changed that, but that's one thing I notice. And then obviously, mid-ranges they appear to be different. These actually look closer to what the AT series run, actually. But then obviously the tweeters, all these are different. But they're both fully protected with the 2.5 amp slow blow fuse, and they do both have tweeter protection, it's a self circuit breaker for the tweeters. Well, enough yapping. Let's get these things powered up. now that you guys got to listen to these side by side, I don't know if you guys heard the difference in the video when I switched back and forth, but the biggest difference I heard was all in the tweeters, you guys. In my opinion, the RE30 had a much louder tweeter. It was definitely a lot more noticeable, and it was kind of pleasant at first. I really liked it. It was crisp. That was my first thought when I switched off the 120s to the RE30s. I thought, wow, that's a really good sounding speaker. It's clear, it's loud. The presence was really, really nice. The longer I listened to the RE30s at a higher volume level, the harsher they got. And yes, I went back to the 120s. It sounded dull, but again, at louder volume levels, the more I listened to, they were a lot easier to listen to at that louder volume level. Quiet, they're, still kind of the same thing, and they sounded really good. It was a nice crisp sound. I don't know for sure. I want to put some pretty decent power to it. I want to see if I can get those circuit breakers to kick out on the tweeters. So I'm thinking about maybe running the VS-120 and the RE30 on the either channels of my AdCom maybe. And I got a song I know that I've kicked the tweeters out before on them, and see which one kicks out first. Maybe the RE series will, because it is a little bit louder. I don't know. Either way, that's my opinion. I'm gonna have to side with the VS-120s on this one. Yet again, they're still my favorite speaker. If you guys disagree, comment down below. If you like the RE series or the VS series, tell me why. But for me, I'm gonna stick with the 120s. Well, with that being said, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I know I did.